Do I respect your beliefs? No, not really. Want to know why? So no, I don't respect your beliefs. And to tell you the truth, I don't respect my own beliefs, and nor should you. But before I get into this, if you find yourself liking this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button right down here so that you can be notified when I put new videos out. If you'd also like to know now what I'm giving away for free in this video, if you look in the description right here down below, you'll see a link. Click that link and there will be something there for you. So the truth about beliefs is that they are not true. If beliefs were true, then we wouldn't have to believe them. They would be facts. Facts are facts and beliefs are beliefs. Beliefs are sort of like placeholders for the things that we don't know. Beliefs are the placeholders because we don't know certain things, but we need to maintain continuity. So this is a very important part of our reality, to sort of maintain continuity. So we put something in its place. Otherwise, if we only had what we know and what we don't know, and there was nothing in between, nothing to sort of bridge that gap between the two, life would seem a lot more chaotic, especially beliefs we have about ourselves would seem really strange, or we wouldn't be able to process reality like we do, and it would be a lot more chaotic. It would be very hard to make decisions, and we wouldn't have a sense of self, which is very important, and I'll talk about a little bit later in this video. Now, the idea behind beliefs, like I said, is to be like a placeholder until you can verify something that is true, or that you can find enough evidence of, until you can replace that belief with something that is true, a fact. But what happens if there are things that we can't know to be true for certain? And that is absolutely true as well. There will be some things in our life, in the world, in the universe, that we will never know. It's just how things are. We can't possibly know everything. So what do we do then? Well, the best thing to do at that point is to then choose the most useful belief. So my mentor, Steve Andreas, used to call it a lie. The beliefs we have, they're really just lies. So when there's something you can't know and we need to replace it with a belief, the best thing to do is to go with the most useful belief, which will include also the accuracy of it. So it's not like we just, I can believe anything that I want. I can believe that I'm a millionaire even though I'm not. No, that doesn't work either. A useful belief is going to be a belief that is also accurate. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. It can't be, because it's a belief. It's something we can't know at this time. So accuracy is important. So we use evidence to base that accuracy on. But of course, if we can't know it for sure, then we can't be 100% accurate. So we don't go down that rabbit hole trying to have a belief that is perfectly accurate. And a lot of people will try that, and that's where perfectionism comes in. And perfectionism is really something very negative. It's not positive. It's very limiting, because it sets you up for failure no matter what. You can't reach perfection. So that kind of standard, placing that kind of standard on yourself or on the world around you, is always going to fail you. It's always going to feel miserable. You will always feel like a failure. So use the most useful belief. And useful also implies that it is the most accurate belief as well. When we talk about beliefs, I think the most important one, and especially as it relates to the field of personal development and self-help, is this belief in yourself. We talk about the belief you have in yourself. Do you believe in yourself? Do you not believe in yourself? But what does that really mean? I don't think people who say that really understand what that means, because who really explains that to anyone? I don't really hear people explaining that when they say believe in yourself. So do you believe that you don't exist? I think that's pretty verifiable. If you're listening to this, you must exist. If I'm talking, I must exist. So when we say believe in yourself, it can't really be about whether or not you exist. You exist, you know that. So what does it mean to believe in yourself? I think what people really mean by it is believe that you can succeed. Believe that you can do the things that you want to do or that you want to try. But what happens when you fail at that? When you try something, you believe in yourself, you take someone's advice and you say, okay, I believe I can do this. I believe in my success. And then it doesn't happen. Well, what then? Do we not exist any longer? Do we stop believing in ourselves? And if we stop believing in ourselves, then what happens? Like I said, I don't think people really are clear about this. Even the people who are saying this, the people who say believe in yourself, I don't really think they understand what they mean by that. So let's take a quick but deep dive into this. Your sense of self is in fact a belief. Now, that doesn't mean that you are a belief. You are factual, you exist, so we know that. but everything else is a belief. You don't know who you really are. And everyone else who's experiencing you they're experiencing you through a belief about who you are. You're experiencing yourself through a belief about who you are. There's no way to experience yourself without doing it through a belief. Experience itself is a subjective experience, for lack of a better word. You have never experienced a beginning, a middle, and an end. But all experiences have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But you have never actually experienced that. So you could say, well, yeah, I have. I've experienced the beginning, I was born, and the middle, I'm in it right now. I'm not yet dead, so I haven't experienced the end. Or you could even take it down to your experiences where you could say, I went to the store and I came back. So the beginning was going to the store, the middle was being at the store, and the end was coming back from the store. But your life didn't begin and end there. That was, you've marked those out and called them an experience. The beginning of the experience, you arbitrarily marked out as going to the store. The middle of the experience, you arbitrarily marked out as the middle, and the end, you arbitrarily marked out as the end. Nothing ever really started or ended. It's been one continuous reality ever since. You have never not known that reality. You don't remember being born. So therefore, you didn't experience a beginning. Yes, it's true you were born. That's how we know you were here, but you didn't experience it. Therefore, you also haven't experienced death because you're still here, so that you're not experiencing a middle. You have just known one continuous reality nonstop. But we mark these out as separate experiences in order to organize, in order to select and collect our experiences and give them meaning. And even when you say, well, I've had experiences that had no meaning, well, then the meaning you're giving to that experience is that it has no meaning. And that in itself is a meaning. The reason I'm explaining this is because I want to show you how we experience life subjectively. We experience life through experience, which is subjective. Experiences are subjective because they have a beginning and middle and end. Reality has not had a beginning, middle, and end. It's just been one continuous thing. To take it even further, if we want to show that arbitrariness of it, you could say, well, you experienced the same thing at the same time as someone else. Maybe you went to a concert. You both went to a concert. You both came back. Well, each of you could actually mark the beginning of that experience at a different point and the end of that experience at a different point. So there again, it's completely subjective. It's completely arbitrary where we do that. We make the meaning of that experience. We choose to create the meaning of that experience that we desire, whether that's a conscious thing or an unconscious thing. So again, when you say believe in yourself, or you ask the question, who am I? Or you think about who you are, how you feel about yourself. All of that is, in fact, an experience. And it's the collection of these experiences about ourselves that we then create as a belief in self, my belief about myself. My belief about myself based on the experiences that I've had in my life, which are all subjective. And if they're all subjective, you can change the meaning of them. And if you change the meaning of your experiences, you can change the meaning you make of yourself, which then changes how you feel about yourself. When you understand how this whole mechanism works, which is what we can use NLP to do, to sort of map this experience of ourselves, then we can actually change it. And we can feel more confident because we can change our experiences into experiences that uplift us, that help us, that make us more resilient, that make us stronger. And when we do that, then we feel more confident about ourselves. If we feel more confident about ourselves, then we're more willing to take risks, to put ourselves out there, to challenge ourselves. And even when we fail, it's okay because we know that it's just an experience. If it's just an experience, then it only has the meaning that we give it. And if we understand that, then we can change it. And then we can change our failures into just learning experiences. It's just feedback. It's not failure. What I'm getting at here is that you don't want to just go about this idea of just believing in yourself or whatever that means. You actually want to understand how this works. And when you understand how this works, then you're in charge now. You're in charge of the meaning that you make of your life. So instead of just saying, okay, I believe in myself, therefore I'm going to go try something, what usually happens is we often fail because the first time we try anything, we often fail. We don't know enough about what we're doing to succeed at it. Instead of looking at it as failure, we just say, okay, yeah, I believed in giving that a try. I believe I can learn. I believe that if I challenge myself enough, that I will become stronger, that I will understand more, that I will get better at whatever it is that I do, and then go at it that way. Instead of just this like, okay, believe in yourself, which is too general. Like, what does that mean? Start structuring your beliefs about yourself so that they are more useful to you. Again, it's the useful lie. Your belief in yourself is really a lie. So if you cannot actually know who you are, you might as well construct beliefs that are accurate. Like, we're not just making stuff up. These are actual experiences you've had, but then change the meaning of them to be more useful to you. Change the meaning of them so that you do feel good about yourself, so that you do learn more, so that you do feel confident. And there's a lot that goes into this, more than I can explain in one video. And if you'd like to take this deeper, if you want to know more about it, there is what my mentor called the elements of a healthy self concept. And so I've written them out on a PDF. If you go into the description right here down below, you click that link, you get a free PDF on the elements of a healthy self concept. And this is a great place to start if you want to take this journey of understanding who you truly are in the sense of the experience of who you are and these beliefs that we can change. The belief about yourself, the belief about the experiences that you've had that you call your experiences. And so if you want to get control over that, like I said, that free PDF is a great place to start. And then the rabbit hole goes really, really deep from there. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified when I put new videos out. And last but not least, if you can think of a friend or a family member who would benefit from this video, make sure you share it with them. Take care.